Welcome to the Superfast TouchDesigner tutorial series. In this tutorial, we build a dynamic digit system that converts real-time text into extruded 3D geometry and particle emitters. We explore how to use the me.digits Python expression to drive automated parameter changes across multiple operators. The network ends up with two outputs, using a particle pop for instancing and an extrude pop for a metallic PBR rendering with environment lighting. Let's look at how the network is structured. If you want to learn TouchDesigner in depth, go to school. Trusted by more than 350 students with a big community and monthly project file reviews, it is the place to learn TouchDesigner. Chapter 1. Overview. We will break this project into 4 main sections. First, the numbers block uses LFO and Count CHOPs with Python to drive text tops, creating a grid of cycling digits. In the main section, a trace SOP turns that text into geometry, splitting into 2 POP streams, one for solid 3D extrusions and another for noise-driven particles. Next, the render setup handles our PBR materials, HDRI, and lighting. Finally, the post block applies bloom and luma blur for cinematic depth of field. Perfect. Now let's build the network. If you want to explore more than 100 TouchDesigner project files access, special plugins, VJ packs, and 3D assets, visit Patreon. Join more than 7,000 creators exploring these resources. Chapter 2. Network. This time I'm using the camera viewport vertical render setup, with an environment light with an HDRI map, and a point light with a color to enhance the reflections and soft shadows, sent to a render top and to an out top to view the result. Perfect. Let's start with our control logic. Create an LFO chop. We are using me.digits in the frequency parameter, so we can copy this operator and the values will update automatically. Connect the LFO to the first input of a count chop. In the count, set the limit to loop min, max, and the limit maximum to 9. This will cycle our numbers for the text. Now, create a text top. For the text parameter, we'll use this expression to pull the value from our count operator and add it to the text operator's digit. Set the typeface to bold and the font size to 207.3. Let's also edit the X position to 156. Now connect this to a layout top. In the layout, set the align to grid rows, max rows to 4, and max columns to 2. Set the output resolution to 720 by 1280. And change the output aspect to resolution. For video mapping without installation, use the mesher in your browser. Generate infinite animations via code by injecting 3JS or P5 scripts. Of course, you can also import footage straight from your computer if you want to map any specific video clip for your project. And finally, you can capture real-time video from your webcam, OBS, or even capture any screen from your own desktop. It's perfect for small projects and for creators looking to experiment with this type of viral video mapping content. Now let's create 7 copies of this part. And now send them to the layout top. To turn these pixels into geometry, create a trace SOP. Link it to the layout top. And turn off Add Point Texture and Compute Normals, so it can fully trace the shape. Now, create a Sopto pop. And point it to the trace. Connect the Sopto to a particle pop. Set point ED reuse to don't reuse point IDs. Maximum particles and birth rate to 10,000. And life expect to 1. Set the initial velocity for Z to 0.5, with a velocity damping of 0.25, and speed of 0.5. To add movement, connect this to a noise pop. Set the period to 2. And amplitude to 0.2. In the transform page, animate the translate 4D with abs time.seconds multiplied by 0.1. And set the combine attribute scope to p.z, so it only affects the z-axis Alright, let's refine the scale. Connect the noise to a pattern pop. Set the type to sine in the x-axis. Then set the number of cycles to 1.2. Next, set map to high to 0.5. Finally, in the output, attribute scope, select point scale. Connect this to a second pattern pop. Set the type to ease up, ease down. Then set map to low to 0.5. Set the combine operation to add. And for the combine attribute scope, select point scale. And for the output scope, select point scale as well. This creates a subtle motion for the particles. For blob tracking without any installation, use the blobs directly in your browser. Generate thousands of target combinations with more than 25 presets, including retro, modern, and futuristic styles. Of course, you can import footage straight from your computer and tweak the parameters to your taste. Also, you can capture real-time video from your phone, webcam, or even capture any screen from your own desktop. It's perfect for small, real-time projects, specifically for making tech brutalism, surveillance art aesthetics, or data artworks. Okay, now create a sphere pop. Set the frequency to 4 and uniform scale to 0.0025. Connect this to the first input of a copy pop. And connect your second pattern pop to the second input. In the copy pop, toggle template scale to on. Add this to a geometry comp. Assign a constant matte to this geometry. And set the color to 0.7 for a soft gray tone. Let's build the second branch. Create another SOPTO pop referencing the trace. Set 5 plus points, polygons to triangulate it. Connect this to an extrude pop with a distance of 0.075. Connect that to a normalized pop. Set the bias Z to 1 and map to high to 1, 1.777, and 0.3. Feed this into a normal pop with max number of primitives per point set to 2. Finally, add a transform pop. Let's center the object. Set the translate to -0.25 and -0.45. Finally, set the uniform scale to 0.5. Connect the transform to a second geometry comp. Create a PBR mat with a roughness of 0.001 and apply it to this geometry. Let's polish the render. Add a bloom top. And set the bloom fill at 0.5. Connect the bloom to a level top. Set the black level to 0.5. And gamma to 3. Create a ramp top at 720 by 1280 resolution. And the gradient set at white to black. This is to create a depth blur map. Connect the level to the first input of a LumaBlur top and the ramp to the second. In the LumaBlur, set black filter width to 40 and white filter width to 1. Perfect. Simple as that, a dynamic digit system working as a particle emitter. See you on the next tutorial. I hope you've successfully completed this tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments.